At the end of the day, you are what you believe you are. Now, let me explain. If you believe that you are good looking, or if you believe that you are capable of being loved, or you are capable of giving love, that you are kind, if you believe that you are capable of getting that job that you want, that you always wanted, if you believe that you are able to become successful in whatever definition that you find successful is to you, you will become that. And the thing is, it all starts with the fact of you believing in yourself first and foremost. Before any action is taken in your life that'll change the trajectory of your life, you have to believe. And believing in yourself, at times it can be challenging. I've suffered many times in my life that I just didn't believe in myself. I doubted my abilities. I doubted my ability to be able to become fit. I doubted my ability to be able to ask out a girl that I liked. I doubted my abilities to be able to get that job, and a lot of that was because of fear. And then that, because I didn't even attempt to do those things, I felt regret. I felt that I just didn't believe in myself anymore in every aspect of my life. But once I woke up and I realized, like, you know what? I am tired of not believing in myself. When I'm seeing people younger than me, or just people around me, people older than me, people who are suffering, people who have handicapped issues, people who have one arm, people who are paraplegic, and they're still doing things. They're still able to play sports. They're still able to do fighting sports. They're still able to get a degree in a university. They're still able to get a really good job, right? Even though they have those hindrances in their life, that gave me inspiration. I realized that I have all the capabilities. I have the potential to be whatever I want to be in life. It's just a matter of me believing in myself. And in order to believe in yourself, I believe that you need to develop a sense of discipline, or you need to be able to keep a good routine or a good positive habits that you do on an everyday basis. When you are able to do this, you develop confidence in yourself, right? Because you're committing to something. Once you commit to a routine, or for example, waking up every day at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., going to the gym 5 days a week consistently, you really start developing confidence in yourself. You start developing high self-esteem. You start realizing that you are capable of greatness. You are capable of doing whatever you want to do in life. So discipline is first and foremost, but also belief. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe that you are able to stick to the routine of discipline, or whatever your routine is. You need to believe that you're able to do these things. And without belief, nothing gets done. Without belief, you're going to be stuck in the same situation that you were always in. Belief can be built over time. Over time, your sense of belief can increase, but it comes down to sticking to routine. It's sticking to your commitments, sticking to the principles that you follow. And honestly, amazing things will start happening in your life once you start believing in yourself. For me, once I started realizing that, you know what, I don't want to work an accounting job. I finished university with an accounting degree. I worked in the accounting field for a couple of years, and I realized that I don't want to do number crunching. This is not for me. I don't believe that this is for me, and the only reason why I'm following this particular path was because this is what I thought would make me happy. This is what I was told in a way to do by my parents, by people around me, that this is what you should be doing. But I just wasn't genuinely happy. I wasn't happy with an office job. I wasn't happy doing accounting. And then after that, I quit. And and I decided to travel. I decided to live abroad. So I lived in the UK, and I did a TEFL course. And then after that, I moved to Korea. I lived in Korea for a year, and then I moved to Japan, right? And all of these experiences made me feel at ease. And all these experiences that I was facing gave me belief in myself, I have more confidence now, because I was making my own decisions as well. I wasn't getting influenced by the people around me. Because once I was getting influenced by everyone around me, my friends, my parents, you know, my coworkers back home, I felt like I was trapped. I felt like I felt like an emptiness inside of me. I didn't feel unique. I did not feel original. I felt like there was something inside me that needs to get out, right? I know I had potential in me, some sort of greatness inside of me. And because I wasn't letting that out, I wasn't feeling so confident in myself. I wasn't feeling, I was losing belief in myself. But the way I found it was, if actually a family member of mine told me about that you can work. What about traveling abroad? Why don't you work abroad instead of, traveling for vacation? Why don't you work abroad? And I said, wow, I never thought of that. Like, that is such a great idea, because I love traveling, and I love immersing myself in other cultures. So I did the research, and then eventually I did a TEFL degree, as I said, in the UK, and then eventually I moved abroad. And that was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, because it really opened up my eyes to other opportunities, and it opened up my eyes of the realization of what I want to do in life. And living alone comes with struggle. It comes with challenges that you have to face on your own. And because of those challenges that I faced, loneliness, boredom, the language barrier, dealing with conflict abroad, all of those things created confidence in myself and belief in myself that I'm able to go out and get whatever I want in life. Whatever I want to achieve in life, I can get it. But at the same time, what I also realize about myself is that I don't need much in this life to be happy. I don't need to make like a six-figure salary or a lot of money to be happy. There's only a certain amount of money that you need to be happy. Once you go beyond that threshold, it's just too much. And I was, when I was living back home in the West, in Canada, I felt that materialistic success is the only form of success. That having the nicest car, having a big house, wearing the latest clothing, buying the latest phone, the latest game console, the latest computer, all this stuff was just like that. That's what I thought that success meant. I thought that by having the more stuff I had, the more successful I would be. But when I had all this stuff, I felt overwhelmed. I felt stressed. I felt anxious. Because there was just so much. It's like I was in an ocean, and I was drowning, right? And it's a very slow form of drowning, if that makes any sense. And that's how I felt. So I needed to get out of that situation. I needed to get out of that. But it all came down to the foundation of me believing in myself, me believing that despite the failures, despite the potential problems that I'm going to face by making my own decisions, at least I made my own decisions. At least I'm going to be the one that's going to face it, right? And I'm not relying upon anyone else. I'm not being influenced by anyone else. And I think that belief comes with the fact that you need to be alone. You need to be in solitude, because the moment you're in solitude, you're able to really introspect about everything in your life. You're able to be with your thoughts. You're able to think for yourself. You don't have outside noises and opinions going through your head all the time. You don't have that when you're alone. And by me being in nature too, by going to the parks near my house, by going near a water, a stream, a waterfall, a lake, that also gave me inspiration to travel. That also gave me a feeling of, this is where I need, this is what I want to do. This is where I need to be. It was clearing my head. And we all really need to start, making time for ourselves in a life that's just very fast paced. And a lot of us are doubting ourselves. A lot of us have doubt in ourselves, and doubt will always be there. We will always have doubts. But the thing is, we need to take action. And it's important to take action, but it all starts with belief. Believing in yourself, that you are capable of greatness. Even by telling yourself in the mirror that I am capable of greatness, I am capable of doing whatever I want to do in life. I'm capable of living by myself and not relying upon others. I am fully capable of getting a good job or whatever job that I want to do. And by telling yourself this, by being by yourself, you're able to really narrow down what you want to do, and by having discipline, as I said earlier, that's very important too. Discipline is like the foundation for your belief, and belief and discipline go hand in hand. So please, I urge you to find what you're looking for in life. Don't listen to the voices that are around you, the other people that are around you. Figure it out on your own. Figure out what you want to do in life and stick with it. And I promise you'll have a much more satisfying life. And honestly, the less materialistic your ambition is, the less materialistic it is, the more fulfillment you're going to gain. So for me, when I traveled, I was gaining experiences, I was gaining memories by meeting so many different people, by going to so many different places in those specific countries. That really gave me a different perspective on life. That really enlightened me in a sense. That really gave me a sense of peace, a sense of joy. That I don't really need much to be happy. I really don't. And I think a lot of us have forgotten that. A lot of us have forgotten that we don't need much to really just be, content with our lives and happy. We don't need much. But as in today's generation, with the consumerist mindset, all of us have been infected by this through social media, through news, through all these other outlets, that we need to have more, that we need to, we need to have 100 shoes, we need to have 100 different t-shirts, we need to have 3 or 4 different cars, and it's crazy because as you get older, you realize that you don't really need all this stuff. But if you're young, if you're in your teens right now watching this video, if you're in your early 20s and you're watching this video, I urge you to come to this realization as soon as possible, because ultimately it'll really save you in the long run. It'll make your life a lot better. Because what's more important, your health or that tangible thing that you just bought? What's more important? Your health, obviously, because without it, you wouldn't be able to use those things. You wouldn't be able to enjoy life a lot more. So please, don't chase materialism stuff, chase experiences. That is what I wanted to say to you. Thank you so much for watching.